I'm Ashlyn.
And I'm Zach.
And we're traveling A to Z.
And this is an egg.
And we're exploring different areas on the Eastern Fjords of Iceland.
Our next stop along the Ring Road is to the Icelandic Wartime Museum.
We're heading to the most east part of Iceland right now on the Ring Road. So we are in Eastern Iceland at the end of the fjord, and we are at the World War II Museum, and behind me is a barrack that they used in the World War II. So they built the barracks in 1941 and they abandoned them in the summer of 1943. And the barracks were used by United States troops, British troops, and Canadian troops. And there's about 1,000 people at the height of this, and then it went down about 300 people, and then they just left. And there's quite a few casualties because it's cold and there was blizzards and people got disoriented and died. And there's still soldiers buried here today from Britain. And we're gonna go explore the museum. There's a few different barracks and they're supposed to have different items in the barracks that we could look at. So we're gonna go check it out.
As you walk through the museum, there are different items from World War II. There's metal, clothing, hats, cars, guns, and a whole bunch of information about the war and how Iceland contributed.
So this is the hospital camp built in Iceland, and they basically built this just in case the Germans attacked Norway. So then they had a place for people to go. Kind of interesting. They figured Iceland's one of the only countries that Germany wouldn't attack because it's so cold. And they were right.
So we just walked through the World War II War Museum. It's pretty cool. Apparently this was a stopping over point for Americans and British and Canadians and stuff, resupplying the Allied effort in Europe. And they built a hospital here thinking they were going to have a bunch of casualties, but then they figured out that apparently that wasn't going to happen because the war was drawing to an end, and so they abandoned the place and gave it back to the Icelanders.
We're now heading more southeast to Húsavík.
So we're at the Bay of Eggs, I think is what it's called.
That's not what it's called.
Eggs a Bay?
Nope.
Egingladvik. It's Eggs of Mary Bay is where we're at.
So apparently there's an artist that was really into birds, and he made a whole bunch of giant eggs. Like this one, and all of these.
So that artist made 34 different eggs that is supposed to represent all the different birds' eggs that are found in this region.
So egg guy, Sigurdur Gramundir's son, received a number of awards for his amazing work of eggs. Pretending to be a red-throated diver, the official bird of something. It's the official bird of that place.
Not the diver.
Caw-caw!
Okay, it's like solid granite or something. They're all different colors. They all look the same.
Yeah.
Right here, it's a little more,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That one's a cesarean section egg. That one was done naturally. You can see how pointed it is.
We're now heading a few minutes away from Eggs of Mary Bay to the cute little fishing town.
So we're stopping at a cute little fishing town. All of these towns are really small and cute and right on the fjords. And it's neat when you're driving through, we're on like Highway 1, you literally just weave in and out of the fjords. And there's like these towns at like every single fjord. And so here's one, and there's like a little fishing village here. So this area is known as Avalanche Area, and you can see behind me they have like these steel barricades along the road to help prevent all the rocks from coming down and blocking the whole road, because this is pretty much the only way on the east side of the fjords. It's really pretty, and we're right along the coast with big rocks and cliffs.
We're now heading to the city of Húsavík on the east coast of Iceland, where we're gonna spend the night.
That is Batman Rock in the fjord. We're in the city of Húsavík in the southern eastern area of the Ring Road in Iceland. And this is a pretty big town. They have like a grocery store and some restaurants, quite a few hotels. So there's this nice little walking path that supposedly goes around the whole little city, or they call them villages, not really cities. And there's supposed to be a walrus. His name's Waldo. Waldo? Where's Waldo? Wally. Yeah, Wally. Because he shows up, then he goes away, and he shows up, and then he goes away. And I guess if you just wait long enough, he'll show up. There's no walruses in Iceland. It's weird. So this is like a big thing. They've actually had to shut down like half their like town because so many people were coming to come and see this walrus. So we're crossing our fingers we can see the walrus. As we walk though, we have gorgeous views of the glacier. These are actually like glacier tongues, I think is what they call them. So it's just little sections of the glacier. This glacier, which we're gonna go see tomorrow, is the biggest glacier in Europe. So that's pretty cool. That's a big glacier. And obviously the biggest glacier in Iceland. They have a couple of glaciers, but what did they name the glacier? Do you remember? It was like a simple name. Glacier? Was it Glacier? I think it's actually Glacier. I think the name of the glacier is Glacier. And then it's like the super long, complicated name if it's like an Icelandic. We are having a hard time finding Wally. I don't know, we're in this industrial area. So they said he was at the marina. And I think the marina is the one with like the 5 boats, but Zach's like, no, a marina has a whole bunch of boats. But this is a little tiny village, so I'm thinking that was probably the marina. We're in search of Wally. We'll keep you updated. So we're pretty sure this is actually the marina. There's an area with tape set up across the way, and I think that was to keep people away because there's so many people visiting. So I think that's where he hangs out. We found Waldo. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's so cute. That is a big walrus. Yeah, how cute is it? I don't know if it's a he or she.
Walrus in Iceland. Okay.
We just saw a cute little walrus, and you got to see his little tufts come up when he like lifted his head. That's pretty cool.
We're heading back to our hotel along the path, and on the way we made some stops.
Some random sculpture in this little town. Not sure what it's supposed to mean. So this is the Icelandic trampoline. It's pretty cool. It's a little different. It's rounded, so you have to stay kind of in the middle or you almost fall off. It doesn't have as much of a bounce as our trampoline, but it's kind of fun. And they have these in almost all the parks everywhere around Iceland.
Please join us next week as we go explore the largest glacier in Iceland. Please subscribe below to follow our adventures.